Okay, this is very special. I promise you. This is very special. And unfortunately, so many of you all missed it because if I recall, on the day when I actually had an interview on Royal Sussex, which is very rare, but I actually interviewed someone on Royal Sussex, and that someone is a very special person who was able to see the Duke and Duchess of Sussex eye to eye right there on the streets of New York. And somehow, a lot of you all missed it because by the time we had this interview, I had already sent everyone away. I said, "Oh, that's it for today. Blah, blah, blah. You guys, we're just going to do the Ginger Avenger, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. But if y'all want to stay and have some small talk, go ahead." Well, little did I know that things were going to change dramatically because once I realized that the Duke and I podcast, Anita was actually on the chats. Someone else had the bright idea. Why don't you have her call in? And so I posted the link. She called in, and what happened after that was absolutely golden. So I am so honored to share that with you right now. And again, I am so sorry that so many of you all missed it. So I guess what I'm trying to say is next time I say, "Oh, you all can take off. We're just going to have some small talk," you might want to stay. But anyway, you are going to love this. So relax and listen to it, and then we can chat about it in one of the next Royal Sussex Live. Okay? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please stay and listen. All right. There we
Get
go.
it out.
Yes, you got it.
Yes, I'm so happy. So, guys, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in to my channel. Byron, I thank you so much. You gave me a lovely compliment the other day. I want you to know how much I appreciate it. And just thank you, Lydia, and everybody else for always lifting me up. I really appreciate it and welcoming me to the community. I'm really grateful. You guys just don't know. Thanks so much.
Well, thank you for what you do. You know, I forget which one I saw, and I was like, wow, this is brilliant. And it was very, saucy and a little bit of shade here and there. I'm like, oh, I love this. I'm home. I'm home.
The thing about it is that I'm a school teacher and I work with a lot of kids, and the they have the best sayings, and I've picked up some of them along the way. And I'm saying this has been like this job. It's so perfect for this podcast.
Well, okay, so let's go back to the moment, right? Now, you
Hmm.
said some people left, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then some people stayed, and that just made all the difference, made it that much sweeter because you were there, and I think two other people. Now, the news people, were they there the whole time, or did they just happen upon things as it was unfolding?
Actually, they were there all the time, and I think it was. I don't know if you guys know Winnie the Pooh. Winnie, she was there, and four other ladies, and then the other ladies left, and three of us remained, and the news people were there. That's all.
Oh, Winnie's on Twitter, right?
I think she listens to you as well.
Okay,
Yes.
okay,
Uh-huh.
all right. I know I've seen the name somewhere.
She listens. I think she's a regular.
Okay.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Oh, very nice. And so, and it rained a bit, but you
Mhm.
stayed, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, that's lovely. Now, see, I at the last minute, there's you. Do you know where the Vanderbilt YMCA is? It's like got the big what doesn't it have a big name? Anyway, it's on one of those streets right there by the UN, and I something was like, oh, you could do it, you could do it, and I would have been able to like stay there and
Uh-huh.
wake up and walk over there, but
Uh-huh.
I'm just like, no, I got to do stuff with my teeth, so I can't afford that right now. But I mean, I had it all mapped out in my head, so it was just that close. I would have been standing there right next to you. It
Oh,
was
I
just
missed
that
that
close.
opportunity. I missed
I
that
had found a
opportunity.
flight. I had,
Uh-huh.
and and usually the Y is all booked out, and for some
Mhm.
reason they had a room, and it's not a bad place. You get a key card, you can have your own
Mhm.
private room, you could even use
Mhm.
a private bathroom, but it's shared private shower. But anyway, it's right there by the United Nations, and so it
Mhm.
just that close, and I was just like, no, I can't do it. But you know what, through you, I feel like I've been there. I feel the excitement, I feel the connection and everything, and I think all of us feel the same way. Your excitement and everything was enough to like lift us up out of our seats, and that's why so many people watched it again and again. And then you saw yourself on the local news, right? Because you recorded it.
Interestingly, I didn't even know I made the news because when I spoke to the lady, I gave her my video and she said that she was talking to her producers and she didn't know if I was going to be on. And then when I watched the afternoon news, they had interviewed another lady that was there with me, but they interviewed her earlier, so they used that segment for the afternoon news. But apparently, they featured me on the evening news, and I didn't know. I had already given up. I said, "Oh, she didn't use it. She didn't get through with it." And then when I went on Twitter 6 hours later, I'm seeing myself all over, and I could not believe it.
Wow, that is so nice. Well,
Yes,
you looked absolutely beautiful and radiant and full of joy. I watched it like twice all the way through, and then of course I kept cutting back to that other part when I would watch it. I just go all the way back to like, is that the car? Is that?
it is, and it happened so quickly. It happened so quickly. When you look at the video, it doesn't look like the vehicle stopped, but it did stop because there's so many threats against Megan. She cannot just stop because she doesn't know
Right.
if I'm truly a fan or not a fan. Because people, there are a lot of a lot of wolf in sheep clothing, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
out there. So she couldn't really stop for a long time. She just had to boom and go because I could be a terrible person, but I'm so happy. I am so happy. I was besides myself. You could
Well,
have seen it in the video. I'm still laughing.
oh,
Sorry, I apologize.
oh, you know,
Mhm.
it was it. What's really great about it is that it
Mhm.
doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be. You know, and like when I made the anniversary video, I had at least one person that was like, the pictures are terrible. But that was the whole point. I wanted people to see what I saw. I
Yes.
wasn't trying to compete with television. And like when they
Mm-mm.
came by, the
Mhm.
camera was all over the place because when people stuck their hands up, it went out of focus. And so
Mhm.
I didn't try to like change it to somebody else's photo. This was the experience. And that's what's so important about it. That the camera, I mean, listening to you screaming and excited, that just actually makes it that much more, interesting than if everything was just like straightforward. No, I love that. I love the frantic excitement because it pulls you into the event.
It was
You know,
organic.
very, very organic. And believe me, I depend upon that. That's the only reason why people watch is because. So, well, it was a couple weeks ago. Somebody said, "Barrett, if you did everything right, we probably wouldn't be as interested because I'd be all over the place."
Mhm. But we love it. You come across as um personal. It's not it You don't feel distant from the person, and that's what I think that gravitates people towards you. It's like it's not rehearsed, it's real, it's organic, it's natural, and we sort of see ourselves in you because we're imperfect.
Oh, God help you all then. God help you all. Oh man. Well, yeah, anyway.
Yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate the community, and it's just so nice, to be embraced by the community and so on. So I really appreciate it, and I listen to you guys when I can, and it's just really nice. It's really nice to have a family like that. It's really nice, and I could
Yeah.
understand the gravitation, and having that community every day like this. It's it's really fun. I feel like it takes, when I do listen to you guys, it takes me away from the reality of my life and brings me, somewhere else, and that's a good feeling.
I'm so glad for that. I really am, and all I can say is same,
Mhm.
same. I try to watch as many of the platforms as I can, and then sometimes I'll
Mhm.
just like listen while I'm doing other stuff. And
Mhm.
it's nice to be a civilian, I guess, because
Mhm.
I had made the commitment that I was going to post something every day, which I have
Mhm.
since
Mhm.
April of 2021. And
Mhm.
so I have been so conditioned into my commitment that if I don't do something, then I feel weird, right? So,
Mhm.
and then I realized that, as much as I am committed, there are people who, you know, I, one time I posted late and somebody said, "Are you okay?" And I'm just like, "Oh, that was really nice."
Let me tell you, people are living for you, Baron.
Oh, well, thank you, and and
Yes,
it's not even like work. It's just like
it's fun.
it's the community, it's the connection, it's the community.
Yes, yes.
And with the squad, with all the platforms, I think everybody
Mhm.
has their own style, and everybody has a certain way that we approach other things aside from what's happening with Meghan and Harry, and that's always interesting to see how
Mhm.
people in the squad feel about the heat wave or the war in Ukraine and stuff like that. It's
Mhm.
interesting because certain topics and things like that. Eventually, the Sussexes may touch upon it, and just
Mhm.
like Harry said, the world is literally on fire, and that was like a nice template to help me start the conversation. So I was
Yeah.
glad to have that.
And diversity is the spice of life, isn't it? You
Yes,
know?
it is. Now, how old are your students?
Oh, I currently am teaching 10th graders.
Oh my. In the modern world of cell phones and social media, I salute you.
Oh, they will fight for me at any moment. I also have a squad too.
Wow.
Yes, they will drop at anybody who comes for me. They're ready to fight. So Meghan Markle has a soldier. She and Harry has a soldier behind of me.
Oh wow.
Yes, so it's like it's a lot of fun. I enjoy doing what I do, and enjoy listening to you guys, and enjoy the feedback from everybody. Hey, everybody!
Now, do you
So
talk about the Sussexes at all, or
I do talk about everybody who knows me knows that I'm a fan.
right?
Everybody who knows me knows that's my thing. Yes. So
Oh, very nice.
yes, if you talk to anybody, they will tell you, oh, Anita and her Meghan Markle.
Well, see, I was like, okay, I would talk about them with family on occasion and
Mhm.
with friends on occasion, but
Mhm.
it just wasn't the same as having a community. And so now, and see, it's a good thing and a bad thing because the good thing is that um, I don't have to depend on them to understand why I'm so emotional about something.
Yeah.
But the bad thing is that when something happens and
Uh-huh.
they ask me, like my aunt said, well, they said something about the bullying claims. And this was the last round of something about bullying claims. And then I had to take a deep breath and then
Mhm.
explain to her that this is cover for the expenses of the royal family. And she's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense." But then I feel bad because I know that if she asked me that question, that a lot of other people are getting
Mhm.
that same like misinformation, propaganda,
Mhm.
and gaslighting from the institution. And it just reminds me, okay, so we got that much more work to do
Mhm.
until people finally understands where something like the claims come from. Why were
Mhm.
they introduced in the first place? but I
Mhm.
feel bad that I have to explain it, and I'm glad when I do and people
Mhm.
understand it for what it is.
Mhm. Actually, people normally say to me, "Did you hear that? Did you see
Mm-hmm.
that?" And because they know I'm interested, they know I'm a fan, so they would come up to me and tell me, and then I would force my whatever it is that I found out, I would force it on them as well. So I think it's a symbiotic type of relationship,
Mm-hmm.
which is really cool.
Now, have you been to Melba's?
Oh, actually, you would not believe that I have been there. I used to work on 113th Street in Harlem at Opportunity Charter School, right? And
Okay.
Melba is right on 7th Avenue, right there close to the Dunkin' Donuts. one
Okay.
one time, actually, our not our after school, but it was the end of the year party. We had it there, so I know that place.
Okay.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Well, I made it a point to go there. I don't know if you knew that,
Mhm.
but I made it a point to go, and
Mhm.
I ate the waffles and the wings, and I had whatever sides, and anyway, I was so full that I went back to the hotel, laid
Mhm.
across the bed, and 4 hours later I woke up and hadn't seen anything else of the city that day. But it was totally worth it. I loved it. And I saw Melba run through there. She was
Mhm.
doing an interview and then she ran out and they said that she may not be back for a long time and to make up for it, the waitress gifted me a slice of the coconut butter whatever layer cake and it was so good. Oh, it was the best cake I ever had. So yeah, that was my experience with Melba's, but I'll definitely go back.
Yes, I'm so happy that she got that spotlight, that Megan spotlighted her business like this. Because I
Mhm.
mean to say, I remember 7th Avenue back in the day, nothing was really happening there. And now 7th Avenue is like a huge place. Everywhere you go now, it's so developed and everything. So just spotlighting that place was just I said, I know that place. So that's really awesome.
Okay, so for us non-New Yorkers, do you want to tell people what the what do they call it? The code is when you see someone famous, you don't overreact or anything. You just kind of nod your head. You don't get all excited and run up to them and stuff like that, right?
Well,
Because
only
you
if
may see Robert De Niro walking up the street, or I mean, because there you see famous people all the time,
all the
right?
time,
So,
all the time.
hmm
But I will plead the fifth on Megan if I see her.
oh well, that's totally understandable. I mean, that was yeah. That was
Yes.
totally understandable.
But
But yeah, I
yes.
saw Alec Baldwin and
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, "Hey, Mr. Baldwin," and he just winked his eye and kind of, shook his head like, "Hey." And he was talking
Mm-hmm.
on his cell phone, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"What are you doing? I'm not supposed to do that. I got to act like I belong here." But yeah,
Yes,
so
yes.
I totally understand. I was like, "Hi, Mr. Baldwin." But he was
Yes.
super nice, though. He was very nice.
Yes. Oh, yes. In New York, you see everybody. You see everybody, and it is what it is, and it's a beautiful place. I didn't want to give like my story of getting into the city. I went around through Long
Hmm.
Island, but I could have gone down straight down, but it would have been more hectic for me. So I chose to go around. But New York City is a great city, and anybody who has an opportunity, this is definitely a place to visit.
Yeah, I love it. And
Mhm.
it's not a scary place. I know
No, not at
people
all.
yeah, people
Not at
always have
all.
that reputation and stuff like that
Hmm.
about New York. It's not
Hmm.
like that at all. And now in the day of the smartphone, it has never been easier to
Hmm.
go anywhere.
Yes, I
So,
know. I've been here since I was 16 years. I haven't lost the accent.
yeah.
Yes, and it's a great, great, great city. Yes, nice place to come.
No, well, thank you so much. Was there anything else you wanted to say or
Yeah, just hi to everyone. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Thank you, and thanks for always supporting Megan and defending her. Oh my
Oh,
goodness. Thank you
before we
guys.
go, let me just take a glance through the comments and make sure there wasn't any questions because I'm sitting up
Mm-hmm.
here just talking and talking and didn't even really look at them. Let me see. I don't see any questions for you so far.
Mm.
Uh, oh, thank you. Let me see here. I'm looking. Oh, Charlotte has something to say to you. She says, Lorraine Elizabeth second. Okay, that wasn't for
Mm-hmm. Oh.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was my attempt at French. But okay,
Uh-huh.
I'm looking, and I think we are clear so far. So, all right, that's it then. Thank you so much for being patient.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm nervous. Thank you for giving
Yeah.
me
Well,
this
it's just a bunch
platform.
of compliments on here for you. So when you get a
Oh,
chance,
okay.
just make sure you
Okay.
go through and see some of the nice stuff that everybody has said. But yeah, that is
Yes.
wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being here. And this has
Mm-hmm.
been like very, very special. I'm enjoying this. I'm sorry that we put you on the spot about
No,
getting
no,
in here,
no.
but
Not at all. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. It's my pleasure to be on. Yes. Thank you so much.
well, thank you for the joy that you have given us with your wonderful experience seeing the Sussexes at the United Nations. That I think that just with everything else that everybody was feeling from the
Hmm.
event itself, that was just like the icing on the cake.
I'm happy I was able to
Absolutely.
make people smile. Yes. I'm happy.
All
Thank you,
right.
bye.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. I
Bye.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye
Bye,
now.
everyone. Love you guys.
How sweet. I love that. Absolutely. That's it for now. Please like, subscribe, share, donate, etc. If you would like to make a donation and you don't know how, to help support this channel, you can go to the comments section where you can find links to the Patreon, the PayPal, and the Cash App. Thanks for watching Royal Sussex.